And currently sitting at +3 for the day after that hole. And now setting up for the next par 4 hole. And I doubt he's very happy about that shot. Setting up this shot in the rough. And I think he will like that. 33 feet to the cup. Oh, and just doesn't want to drop. This one looks about 4 feet. And that par putt will drop. And after that hole, he is moving up on the leaderboard. And listen, folks, he's got to like that. And next up is a par 4, folks. And about 160 yards to the pin. And going with the 7-iron on this one. Well, I don't think this is going to be a happy ending, folks. And this putt could save par. Ooh. This one's about 2 feet from the cup. And our leader today sitting up at the top of the board here at 2 under par. And let's see what the 7th hole has in store today. And this is looking fairway bound. And about 225 to go. Going with the 5-wood. Very well played, and hitting this par 5 and 2 is going to set up some nice eagle opportunities here. And this putt is for birdie. And currently sitting at +3 for the day after that hole. And the 8th hole is next. And going with the 6-iron. And this for the birdie. And this for the par. And as we look at the leaderboard, our current leader today is sitting at 1 under. That's a score to beat. And now teeing off on this par 4. And I'm not quite sure where this one's going to end up. "27 feet to the cup." This putt's about a 2-footer here. Ooh, and that was unexpected. And this putt is for bogey. Okay, Luke, into the final stretch of this event, really. I'm curious as to what you're seeing on the course today.
Everyone loves a comeback, John, and this one smacks of it. 5 back with the back 9 to play. Oh, I hope he takes it deep.
Thanks, Luke. Now let's get back to it. Well, this one's looking pretty good. Oh, I'm not too sure about this one. And to save par. Ooh, just missing here. This one's about 2 feet from the cup. And unfortunately, he's going to move down in the standings after that one. Okay, now moving on to the 11th. And this is not going to be enjoyable. And that's not what they wanted on their approach. Unfortunately, not enough club, I think. And a shot like that is putting par back on the table for this hole. Nicely done. And the par putt will drop. And after that one, currently sitting at 5 over for the day. And moving along now on the 12th hole. Yeah, I think this one's going to find the fairway. And about 215 yards out from here. Pretty sure that's the 5 wood. Now it's an unfortunate approach shot. And I think the wind might have gotten the best of that one. And about 4 feet from the cup. And that one will drop for par. And that hole is going to allow him to move up in the standings. All right, let's see what happens on the 13th hole here. Well, so far so good for this one. And I think he will be pleased with that. Setting up for a 38-foot putt. And for the par. And this one for bogey. And as we look at the leaderboard, our leader is currently at 1 under par. And now setting up for the par 4 tee off. It appears to be heading for the fairway here. And hitting from 195 yards out. I think that's the hybrid. And ladies and gentlemen, that was a poor approach. Too much club. And to save par. And about 4 feet from the cup. And that'll be for the bogey. And after that, 7 over par for the day. And teeing off on this par 4. And he won't be too pleased with that. Now let's see how this bunker gets dealt with here. This one's about 8 feet. Oh my goodness. And this one for bogey. Now let's see how things are shaping up on the leaderboard. Well, it looks like he moved down on the leaderboard after that one. And he's not going to like that. And setting up on the 16th tee. Here's a 9-iron. And unfortunately, he has ended up in the water. Twelve feet to go here. Oh goodness, that was almost in. And this putt for double bogey. "22 feet to the cup." And this is a big putt for quadruple bogey. Ooh, I thought that was going to go. This putt's about a 2-footer. And as we look at the leaderboard, current leader sits at 1 under. And now setting up for the par 4. And he's probably not too pleased with his performance there. And I think he's going to like that. And this for the birdie. Ooh, that one's, that's too bad. And now let's take a look at the leaderboard. And he's sticking to the same position he was at after that hole. And picking up on the 18th hole action here. Let's see what happens. Well, I think this one's going to find the short grass. Well, in actual fact, it ended up in the bunker. And that didn't sound like the cleanest of contact. Looking like 8 feet to the cup here. Finishing this hole with a solid putt. And his event comes to an end. And not a whole lot to show for it, Luke. He really just wasn't competitive out there.
Well, I don't want to judge, John, but they certainly didn't deliver their best performance today. Well, on behalf of John McCarthy, I'm Luke Elvey. Hope you enjoyed today's coverage. Hello and welcome to our coverage of the Lighthouse Open. My name is Luke Elvey and my co-commentator is John McCarthy.
Thanks, Luke. Our next golfer on the tee currently not qualified for the Web.com Tour Championship, and that can put a real dent in their dreams of one day competing on that PGA Tour. Hopefully we'll see them climb up a few spots after this event said and done.
Yes, the Web.com Tour is always a development tour. The players are aspiring to get to the world's biggest stage, the PGA Tour. And to do that, they've got to finish inside the top 75 on the money list at season's end just to get into the finals. And then from there, anything's possible.
Thanks, Luke. We'll talk to you after 9 holes. And I think he will like that. And this putt's right around 2 feet. And after the first hole, starting the round at 1 under par. And now setting up for the next par 4 hole. I think we'll find some fairway here. And about 150 yards to the pin. I think this might be a bit long. And as it turns out, that one's gonna play nicely. this one's for par. Oh, and wouldn't that have been nice? Just didn't drop. And that hole's going to put him up to even par. And now setting up on the par 3. And this one's for birdie. And they're about 3 feet away here. And after that hole, he will stay at even par. And now the 4th hole. And this next shot is sitting above the hole, so we'll see what happens here. I think he might be flying the green here. Well, that was unfortunate. Too much club on that, I think. And this putt is needed to save par. Ooh, that looked good. This putt's looking to be about 2 feet. And 1 over for the day after that hole. Okay, and here is the 5th hole. I think he's going to like that. Looks like a 7-iron. And not the best approach shot we've seen today. Unfortunately, not enough club on that one. Whoa! And the chip drops. And that one's going to bring him down to even par. And next up, we have a par 5 hole. And he'll be happy with that. And after that one, let's take a look at the leaderboard. And he's going to stay right where he is, even par after that one. And now we find ourselves on the 7th hole tee off. I'm pretty sure this is going to land in the fairway here. From 130 yards. And this is for birdie. And this putt is for par. And from 24 feet away. Ooh, and just inches away from greatness. And this for the double bogey. And our leader is currently on top at a score of 4 under par. And now getting ready to tee off on this par 3. And he's on the green, putter's coming out. And about 8 feet to the cup from here. For the bird. And +1 on the day after that hole. And on to the 9th hole. And it sounded powerful off the club face. This is going for days. From the 150-yard marker. Going with the 8-iron. And I think you'll like that. And this is about a 4-footer. And that'll drop for birdie.
And we have Luke back with us. Hello, Luke. What are you seeing out there from your point of view today?
Absolutely, John. He's played great to position himself right near the top 10. I reckon with a big back nine, he can surge into those top spots.
Thanks, Luke. Let's chat again after this round's done.
It looks like he's going through some trees.
And I can't see him being too pleased about that.
Okay, back in the fairway. Green is within reach. And here's an 8-iron. Looks like this is going a bit long.
I think you'll like that.
And this one's for birdie. And he's going to stay right where he is, even par after that hole. And moving on to the 11th hole. And here's the 6-iron.
And I think he will be happy with that.
From 24 feet. And this putt's for par. Is this going to be too good to be true? This one's about 3 feet away. And as we look at the leaderboard, score to beat is 4 under. And next up is a par 4, folks. And this shot's looking promising. From 170 yards out. Well, this one's still quite far away, but it is definitely on the green. This one's about 2 feet from the cup. And +1 on the day after that hole. And teeing off on this par 3. Here is the pitching wedge. And pitching wedge proving to be a bit too much club. And about 130 yards to go here. Going with a pitching wedge here. And that putt will be safely on with a fair distance still to go. This putt's about 3 feet away. And our leader today currently on top of things with a round of 4 under par. And now the 14th hole. Well, this one's looking like it's in the fairway. Okay, and from 180 yards out. Going with the 6-iron. And this putt's for birdie. And about 7 feet to go here. And that one drops for par. And that hole is going to result in him moving down in the standings. And he's not going to like that. And setting up now on the 15th tee.
And I doubt he'll be too pleased with that.
And this next one coming out of the rough. And now from 15 feet.
Ooh, and it just doesn't drop.
And this putt is for double bogey. And now let's take a look at that leaderboard. And it looks like he moved down in the rankings after that hole. And now setting up on the 16th tee. And nicely done, looking like we'll have some fairway here. And about 170 yards to the pin. And going with the 7-iron on this one. This putt's about a 2-footer here. And currently sitting at 5 over for the day after that hole. And now teeing off on this par 4. Well, this is a close one. It could be in the fairway. And about 6 feet to go here. Oh my goodness, close, very close, but no cigar. And for the par. And no change in his standings after that hole. Teeing it up here on the 18th. And he's probably going to like that. Okay, and from 150 yards out. Going with the 9-iron here. Looking good. Okay, he's putting now. And this next putt for a 75 on the final round. Ooh, and it just misses. Yes, about 3 feet to the cup from here. And that one drops for par. And as his event comes to an end, not a whole lot to write home about, Luke. I don't feel like he had that competitive edge that you really need to make a dent in the leaderboard.
Well, as they say, John, a tough day on the golf course beats a good day in the office any day. On behalf... Hello and welcome to our coverage of the Lunenburg Championship. My name is Luke Elvey and my co-commentator is John McCarthy.
Thank you, Luke. And our next golfer on the tee needs to do a bit of work. They need to work their way up the Web.com Tour rankings if they want to qualify for the Web.com Tour Championship. Hopefully they can move up a few spots after this event.
It'll be a fascinating day ahead, that's for sure.
Thanks, Luke. We'll talk to you later on.
And he will like that. And about 175 yards away here. Looks like a 7-iron. And a 7-iron proving to be a bit much on this one. And I don't think that was intentional.
Hello everyone, I'm Luke Elvey. Welcome to our coverage of the Summit Championship. Great to have John McCarthy along with me for the ride.
Thanks, Luke. Our next golfer on the tee needs to do a bit of work and make their way up the Web.com Tour rankings if they want to qualify for the Web.com Tour Championship. Hopefully we'll see them climb up a few spots after this event is said and done.
No, but it's too bad, John. I was rooting for them today, but it just didn't happen. Hopefully next season they'll be able to implement what they've learned here and make that next step to these Web.com Tour finals.
And I am pretty sure he's going to like that. And this putt is for birdie. And for the par. And finishing the hole with a solid putt. And starting the round off with a par, not bad. And now let's move to the second hole. Well, this one's looking like it's finding the fairway. And about 205 yards to the pin. That shot sounded a little off. And uh-oh, this is heading towards the sand. And not the greatest of swings on that approach shot. Very nicely done out of the sand. It's going to make getting par a whole lot easier. Ooh, it looked close. It just didn't go. And this for the bogey. And after that hole, one over for the day. And now setting up for the par 4 tee off. And nothing wrong with that shot from 130 yards out. He's got to be pleased with that. And this putt's for birdie. Oh, and a very good attempt at what was a lengthy putt. And now we're going to take a look at the leaderboard. And he's moving in the right direction, moving up on the leaderboard after that hole. And now we find ourselves at the fourth hole tee off. Going with the 8-iron here. Approach shot. Not enough club. It's close. Okay, and now we will take a look at the leaderboard. And as we look at the board here, score to beat today in this event is 2 under. Okay, let's see what the 5th has in store for us. And it's looking like this is bound for the short stuff. And about 210 to the pin from here. Going with the 5-wood here. And some unfortunate luck there on that approach shot. And with sand play that good, that makes birdie that much more possible. And that one goes in for the bird. And that hole will bring him down to even par. And he's currently tied for 5th on the leaderboard. And teeing off on this par 4. And about 170 yards out. And looks like a 6-iron. And I think he's going to like that. About 13 feet away. And this shot could be just right for the birdie. And he's going to move up on the leaderboard after that one. The next hole we have before us is a par 3. Let's see what happens. And here's the 5-wood. Yeah, that's not what you want for your approach. Really nicely done out of the sand, and that is putting par very much within grasp. And finishing this one with a good putt. Currently sitting at 1 under for the day, and he's tied for 3rd place. And next on the plate is the 8th hole. And a promising looking shot here. And about 150 yards to the pin here. And I don't think that that was the intended result. And going with the 9-iron. Well, that approach shot's not going to be on anyone's highlight reel, I don't think. All right, 20 feet out. This looks like around a 4-footer, I'd say. Nice little putt. And as we look at the leaderboard today, the current score to beat is 2 under par. And setting up for the par 5 hole. Well, this one's looking pretty good. Oh, and he's going through the branches here. And nothing wrong with that shot. And this putt is for birdie. This one's right around 8 feet. Solid putt. And Luke, what's happening on the other parts of the leaderboard today as we finish the 9th hole?
Our current leader is 2 under par for the tournament.
Well, you'll probably like that from 140 yards out. Going with the 9-iron. And he's got to be happy with that. And about 32 feet to go. Ooh, unfortunate. And for the par. And that putt drops. And 1 over for the day after that hole. And he's also tied for 10th on the leaderboard. And now setting up for the par 4. And this is not looking promising. That was a nice shot out of the sand, and that is going to make birdie a whole lot easier. Ooh, that was very close. This putt's about 3 feet away. And +1 on the day after that hole. And that also means he's currently tied for 10th place on the leaderboard. And now setting up on this par 3. I think that's a 5-iron. All right, and he's on the green now. And this putt is for birdie. And finishing the hole with a solid putt. And that performance will bring him down to even par. And he is also in a tie for 6th place on the leaderboard. And now the 13th hole. And this is looking fairway bound. Well, looks like this might be heading for some trouble. He's going right through the brush on this one. It's about 6 feet to go here. For the birdie. And he's moving on up on the leaderboard after that hole. And now setting up for the next par 4 hole. And there's a long bomb, folks. Look at that. From about 120 yards. Nothing wrong with that. And this putt's for birdie. Oh, and it just didn't drop. This one's about 9 feet away. Ooh, almost. And this putt is for bogey. And after that hole, he will be going up to even par. And that also means he is tied for 7th place. And moving on to the 15th here. Oh, for the birdie. And after that hole, 1 under for the day. And he's tied for 3rd place on the leaderboard. And next up is a par 4, folks. Well, so far so good for this one. Okay, and from 200 yards away. Going with the hybrid here. And this for the birdie. And this putt is for par. Oh, that was so close. And this one's about 3 feet from the cup. And that drops for bogey. And after that hole, he will go up to even par. And he's also tied for 7th place on the leaderboard. And now teeing off on this par 4. This one's looking pretty good so far. And about 13 feet away here. And that one will drop for the bogey. And +1 on the day after that hole. And that also translates to him being tied for 8th on the leaderboard. And as he tees off here on the final hole, he's only 3 strokes off the lead.
Nice shot. I think you'll like that.
From here, 220 yards to the pin. Going with the 3-wood, and this, and nothing to write home about on that approach shot. Bit too much club on that one. Very nice sand play there. I think birdie is definitely on the table. And this next putt for a 72 final round score. And this one's about 4 feet from the cup. And the par putt will drop.
And Luke, as this event comes to an end, it just wasn't there for them. They seem to have not been able to qualify for these Web.com Tour finals.
And a real shame too, John. It's not through a lack of talent. Unfortunately, they didn't deliver when the moment asked for it. Hopefully they can go back and regroup from this and come back a better player for it. Well, on behalf of John McCarthy, the entire HB Studios crew, I'm Luke Elvey. Thanks for your company. Hello and welcome to our coverage of the Web.com Tour Opener. My name is Luke Elvey, and with me is John McCarthy.
Hi, Luke. Thanks for that intro, and glad to be with you. Let's talk about this now. Our next golfer on the tee, it's their first Web.com Tour event. Have you got any insight as to what might be going through their head right now?
Well, this is their first taste of competition at this high level. They'd be riddled with nerves. But with any luck, the Web.com Tour will be their ticket to the big time, the PGA Tour.
Thanks, Luke. We'll talk soon. I think this one might be in the rough. Missing the approach on that one. And I'm pretty sure the wind, the culprit there. About 15 feet to the cup from here. Oh, that was close. And this for the bogey. And after that hole, 1 over for the day. And now let's see what this second hole has in store. And just launched this drive. I think you'll like that. 16 feet. Oh my goodness, that was close. And this putt is for par. And he is moving up on the leaderboard after that hole. And next up is the par 5. And I'm not quite sure here. It could end up in the fairway, though. And this one's still in the rough, but the lie is better than the previous one. And unfortunately, he's ended up in the water. I'm just waiting to see if he'll re-hit or take the drop.